Have you ever realized how a single fleeting second can alter the course of your entire day? One harsh remark, a judgmental glance, or a rude tone, and suddenly your spirit feels crushed. Your thoughts become loud and chaotic, and you lose your grip on your own feelings. It is a universal experience. Yet often we lose the battle not because of what actually happened to us, but because of how we chose to respond to it. But there is a secret that few people ever truly master. The person who rules their own reaction rules their destiny. The one who maintains a quiet stillness inside conquers the chaos outside. Today's tale illustrates how a person can remain unshaken in these testing times. How to maintain inner command and move through any difficulty with a silent, steady strength. My friend, remain with me until the very end, for I will share a gentle daily habit, a small, peaceful mental exercise that can help you drop the heavy emotional burdens you may be holding in your heart. Let us begin. In a distant valley nestled between rolling emerald hills, there lived a young man named Elias. He was physically robust and capable, yet his spirit was fragile. He lacked inner tranquility. Elias was a mirror to the world. He reflected everything thrown at him. If a neighbor spoke with anger, Elias replied with fury. If he was pushed, he shoved back harder. If he was mocked, he nursed the grievance for weeks. People whispered that he was a man of rage. But in reality, he was simply exhausted. He was worn down by a heaviness he could not explain. Elias had a habit he wasn't even aware of. Every time he faced pain or disrespect, he visualized it as a rock. Unconsciously, he would pick up that rock and place it into a grand sack he wore over his shoulders. Week by week, month by month, the sack grew more massive. Soon, Elias walked with a stoop, his eyes fixed on the dirt, his expression perpetually gray. He stopped noticing the vibrant wildflowers of the valley. He felt no warmth from the morning sun. His life felt like a perpetual twilight. One crisp, chilly morning, Elias decided he needed to escape. "I require silence," he muttered. "I need to flee this noise." He began to trek up the steep, winding path of the great mountain overlooking his home. The trail was desolate. The sky was a pale, watery blue. The wind whispered through the pines, but Elias could not enjoy it. The sack on his back dug into his skin with every agonizing step. After an hour, he saw a figure descending the path, an elderly wanderer carrying nothing but a walking stick and a small pouch of water. The elder's face was etched with lines of laughter, and his movement was fluid, as if gravity did not apply to him. He hummed a melody, soft and ancient. When the elder reached Elias, he paused, leaning on his staff. "Greetings, traveler. You look incredibly burdened. Your load seems far greater than necessary for a day's hike." Elias exhaled sharply, wiping sweat from his brow. "I am exhausted, old man. I carry a heavy collection of stones." The wanderer looked at the bulging sack with curiosity. "Stones? For what purpose?" Elias loosened the drawstring. Inside lay jagged rocks of all sizes, sharp, rough, and heavy. He spoke with a tremble in his voice. "These are the wrongs done to me. The insults of neighbors, the betrayal of friends, the sharp words of strangers. I collect them. I keep them. I cannot seem to put them down. They are part of my history now." The elder looked at him with deep compassion. "And why do you cling to them?" Elias stared at his boots. "I don't know. When I am hurt, the pain is so real that I feel I must keep it as proof." The wanderer smiled gently. "Turn around. Walk with me for a moment." They took a few steps together. Suddenly, the elder stooped and retrieved two jagged rocks from the dust. He held them up. "These two are identical," he noted. He dropped one rock back onto the dirt path. It landed with a dull thud and lay still. Then he placed the second rock into Elias' hand and closed the young man's fingers around it. "Observe," the elder said softly. "The person who insulted you is like the rock on the ground." They threw their words and moved on. Their action lies there in the past, forgotten. They do not carry it. They are free. He tapped Elias' clenched fist. But this is your reaction. You bent down. You picked it up. You decided to hold it. And thus your journey becomes torture, while the one who hurt you walks on with a light step. Elias stared at the rock in his palm. The wind brushed against his face, cooling his flushed skin. The elder continued, his voice like a calm river. Your reaction is the only weight you bear, my son. Not their malice, not their noise. You are the one adding the stones to your own sack. The words hit Elias like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the dark corners of his mind. He realized the absurdity of his life. All this time, he had been a collector of pain that did not belong to him. He opened his hand. The rock fell to the earth, joining the dust. How do I stop? Elias whispered, his voice cracking. The elder placed a hand on the heavy sack. Leave them where they happen. Let the insult return to the soil. Let your heart unlearn the habit of holding on. Tears welled in Elias' eyes. With shaking hands, he pulled the sack off his bruised shoulders. He turned it over. The rocks tumbled out, cascading down the mountain slope, crashing and rolling until they disappeared into the brush. With every stone that left the bag, a tightness in Elias' chest unraveled. His lungs expanded. His spine straightened. The silence of the mountain became a comfort, not a void. For the first time in years, he looked up and noticed the majestic hawk circling in the sky. As time passed, Elias returned to the valley. He practiced the art of leaving stones. When a shopkeeper was rude, Elias paused, took a deep breath, and visualized the words hitting the floor, refusing to pick them up. When he faced disappointment, he asked himself, is this heavy enough to ruin my journey? Usually, the answer was no. His walk became bouncy. His eyes cleared. His heart softened. And a miracle occurred. Without the blinding weight of his anger, he could finally see the beauty of his life. The laughter of children, the texture of the trees, the kindness of friends. The path ahead was open. The elder's wisdom became his guiding light. Your reaction is your burden. Now, my friend, here is the practice I promised you. A simple tool for your daily life. Tonight, before you drift to sleep, find a moment of stillness. Place a hand over your heart. Recall one moment from the day that made you feel heavy, an insult, a mistake, a moment of anger. Visualize it as a gray stone in your mental grip. Then whisper this to yourself, this weight is not mine to keep. I set it down. Take a deep, slow exhale. Imagine placing that stone gently on the grass and walking away from it. Leave it in yesterday. Do this every night. It will scrub your soul clean. It will quiet your mind. And slowly but surely, you will regain your freedom. We often forget a vital truth. We cannot control what the world throws at us, but we are the masters of what we hold on to. Your reaction is the quiet architect of your destiny. One moment of restraint can save a day of regret. One dropped stone can liberate a heart. When you refuse to carry the hurtful words of others, you will finally understand how light your existence was meant to be. Peace is not given by others. Peace begins the second you choose not to pick up the stone. If this story resonated with your spirit, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe for more tales that bring clarity and calm to your journey. Until we meet again, walk lightly, react wisely, and remember, your reaction is your greatest power.